Zed,
What's up? How you doing?
doing good. I'll just fire out the first question. Not sure if you watched North Carolina on television last night against the Citadel, but obviously they're getting their guys back and healthy. And Baycott, he really looks like he's a pretty good player. I think they mentioned 54 or 55 doubles in his career. Just your overall thoughts about him and playing North Carolina.
They're a good team. UNC is not a bad team. They get a lot of hate right now for they've lost a couple of games, but they're a really good team. Buckeye is a really good player. As you just said, the 54, 55 doubles. But that just shows him how good of a player he is and what he brings to the table for them.
What are you going to have to do to combat him? What are you going to have to do to go up against him, I guess?
You play really physical. Don't let him get deep steals, box him out, and it's going to be a team effort for sure.
Zed, I had a question for you related to the Duke game. After that game, Chris pointed directly to the difference in your performance first half to second half. He wanted more energy, more spark to the team in the first half. You started to turn that corner, and then since then you've really seemed to play at that sort of inspired level, especially at Rutgers. It was a dynamite first half. Can you walk us back through that moment, the challenge that he put in your court, and how you've tried to respond to that?
Coach Holtman, he expects a lot out of me, being one of the leaders of the team. So, I just can't, start out slow. I got to come out prepared, ready to go. So he challenged me, the Duke game, Zed, you got to be better. So, I took that to heart, and I got it together, I guess. But, he's, as I just said, he expects a lot out of me and all of us.
Zed, obviously this game takes place at Madison Square Garden, your home state. Just as a New Yorker, what does it mean to play in that building, just knowing the history of it?
I'm really excited, actually. All my family's going to be there. I get to go play in New York, family, friends. So, I'm definitely looking forward to traveling back to my home state and playing.
Zed, you mentioned, a quick follow-up there, you mentioned that you'll have a lot of family and friends there. How many tickets did you have to get for those family and friends?
A lot. It's not a lot. I was joking. I was like, they're going to look at the stands. There's going to be a Zed Key section. So, Madison Square Garden.
Zed, a quick follow-up on that as well. Do you think that'll provide a little bit more energy for you to have that support there?
Yes, family, grandparents, everybody. So, definitely be excited for them to be able to watch me play in person and go out there and hoop. So, and it's in my home state. So, definitely excited to go back and play at MSG. A lot of history is there, has been there. So, definitely excited.
Good.
I'll just ask you, this isn't a Big Ten game, but it's obviously a team that's going to contend. It looks like in the ACC now that all their guys are healthy again. Just, from a big picture standpoint, when you get to March, and you have a game like this on your resume, and it helps if it's a win. Just what would it mean if you're able to go out and get this one, I guess?
It definitely helps us in the long run because in March there's no bad teams. Teams don't want to get eliminated, so teams are going to bring their best game. So it definitely prepares us for down the road in March, and even for the Big Ten, because there's no easy games in the Big Ten. So it prepares us for the Big Ten season as well.
Hey Zed, sorry that I'm sure you've been asked about this already. I was a little late. What are the emotions like for you heading back to New York and getting to play in the Garden? I'm
excited. Definitely very excited. As family, friends, everybody who supported me growing up playing basketball, going to be there, and I'm just excited to play MSG and in New York.
Do you think this team is ready to be on that kind of stage? I mean, to be at the world's most famous arena playing a Saturday afternoon huge game like this, like how ready do you think this team is for that kind of experience and exposure?
I mean, we're definitely really ready. We don't practice every day not to be ready. So, coaching staff is doing a good job getting us prepared with scouting and everything. So, we're going to go in there on Saturday. I forgot what time the game is, but we're going to go down Saturday and be prepared to win.
And I wanted to ask you too, when we talked to Holtman on Monday, he was talking about your team as a whole, like defensively working on trying to clean up what he called lapses. And he's talked a lot about ball screen defense and things like that. Like when he talks about those things, how do you work on those? Like what are those, when he says you need to work on defensive lapses and ball screen defense, what does that mean to you?
You know, a lot of, Big set a lot of ball screens. So, a lot of it, falls on me first, because we hedge the ball screen. So, just that's first. If I don't do that correctly, it breaks down the defense. So, just trying to be better in that area. We drill it every day in practice along with other defensive stuff. But, we're definitely getting a lot better on defense, and that's something that we strive for every day.
Is that what they're always yelling on defense? Hedge? Is that what I hear them yelling from the bench?
Yeah, hedge. We have different ball screen coverages throughout the game, but it's mostly hedge. Sometimes you just get into the flow of the game and you be not thinking, you forget. So the coaches do a good job, reminding you of the ball screen defense and and the changes that we make.
And one more thing about the defense, you, as one of the only guys who played on last year's team, that was a constant talking point last season. It was something you guys were really focused on, and it was a struggle all year. Does this team feel like it has different pieces and different potential compared to last year, to where, the numbers haven't been trending in the best direction the last couple of weeks, but that you guys can turn that around and be a better defensive team?
Yeah, this year, we have a lot of versatile guys that can play on defensive ends. So, we could switch 1 through 5 and guard multiple positions. But it's early in the season, so we have a lot of stuff to clean up. But I think we'll be fine.
Hey, Zed, real quick, I want to ask you about early in the Rutgers game. You hit a right-handed hook over Umari, I can't pronounce his name, and then a left-handed hook over his backup, kind of back-to-back in succession. Just how important is it to be able, to use both hands in the post like that, and add those kind of moves to your repertoire? I know you've worked on a lot on that in 3 years, just to build up to where you're able to score either way.
It's really important, actually. Not being limited to like one hand. Because teams scout that and they start forcing you the other way. So being able to have that left and right hook in my repertoire, it's good. It makes you versatile around the rim, and there's not a lot of bigs in the country that could use both hands. So it's definitely a little skill of mine that I have.
Zed, after the St. Francis game, we got to talk to Felix, and he said he'd been working with you a little bit about in practice, just on some basic things, some fundamental things. How have you kind of seen him grow in just 9 games so far, and what have those kind of battles in practice been like?
He's grown tremendously, even from first 9 games, even from the summer. He's really good on defense. And he's helped me as well. I've got my jump hook punched by him a couple times. It's just going against taller, defenders, and using my body well on the rim. But he's grown on the offensive end. He's starting to use both hands as well. The battles are very intense in practice. We don't back down from each other. There's a lot of pushing. It's very physical in post, but it's definitely getting us both better every day.
Zed, I know you and RJ Davis go back a little bit. You guys talk at all leading into the game? You excited to go against him?
No, we haven't talked going to the game. I probably talked to him before the game a little bit, just see how he's doing. But no, I haven't said anything prior to the game.
Does it mean anything to get to play against him?
A little bit. We're both he's from the city, but obviously I'm from Long Island. But we're both going back to our home state and at the world's most famous arena, national television. So I know we're both excited.